Hello, darlings. It's Sunday. Let's check the date. The 16th of March. A few days before darling baby fairy comes home from university. We'll be picking her up on the Thursday this week. My goodness me, I didn't think I would be sitting here ready to discuss something very personal that happened to myself. Over 9 years ago. Well, it didn't just happen to me, it happened to the entire family. And most importantly, it happened to my husband. And it's not something that I readily talk about because it's just something that at the time I had to bottle it up and crack on and cope because that's what you do when you're a mom. And when things hit the fan, that's what you have to do. I understand now the way I'm getting ready to talk about my husband's heart attack. 9 years ago, on the 8th of April, and I had just literally turned 40 the day before on the 7th of April, and that's my birthday. And the day after, my husband left to go to work as normal. Oh, he bought me the most beautiful bouquet of flowers the day before for my birthday. And his final words out the door to me were, "See you later, fatty." Because that's the kind of relationship we have. He's always joking around. It's that kind of husband. He's just a wonderful guy. And I got a phone call. In fact, I got a text message from him. "Hello, love. I'm being blue lighted to Leeds. I'm having a heart attack. I'm in the back of an ambulance. Don't worry." And I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. I had customers here and had my daughters here and my daughter's best friend here who was sleeping with overnight, and because her parents were away at work. And it's my youngest daughter's best friend. And I thought, all right, well, I can't get hold of her mum and dad, and I haven't got anyone to watch the children at all, so I'll just carry on like I am doing, get everything that needs to get done out of the way, and wait until I can get hold of my daughter's best friend's parents, who are our friends as well, but obviously I knew they were at work. So I level headed, right, take care of the kids, get the jobs done, keep an eye on your husband. He's in the hospital, he's in the best place. He's with a work colleague. The work colleague calls me, "Your husband's having a heart attack." I said, yes, I know. I said, "I'm not talking loudly because I have children here and I can't let them know that their dad's so ill. Um, do you want to be here?" I said, "I haven't got anyone to watch the children." "Yes, but you've got to be here." "Yes," I said to him, "I understand that. My husband also understands that he's having a heart attack. And I know he's having a heart attack, and you know he's having a heart attack, and you know that I'm at home alone with 3 children. I haven't got anyone to watch them." "No, I do not. I have no one." "But your husband's having a—" "Yes," I said, "I am aware." I said, "What do you want me to do? Leave the children unsupervised?" Guy on phone realizes that it's finally clicking into place. And it was difficult to explain. I said, "I cannot leave the children. I said, I know my husband is in the best place. I know he's being cared for and taken care of, and I know that you're with him. And my husband understands this, and I understand this. And my husband was fabulous. He said, the children come first. He said, get to me when you can. That's the relationship we've got. And that was a really, really brutally hard day. It was awful. I contacted all of my customers and quietly explained the situation. They were fabulous. Everybody came and took whatever it is that they needed very quietly, very professionally on the day that this was all happening when my husband was being operated on in Leeds. When 3 o'clock came round, I managed to get hold of my friends and let them know what was happening, and they immediately, when they'd finished work, so they immediately came here, and they said, why didn't you phone us earlier? I said, that's because I knew you were all at work, and you know, I you had to get whatever it was that you had to get done. I said, I packed overnight bags for the girls. I told them that were that their dad and I are going away on a surprise weekend. That my that you know their dad, my husband, sounds like disjointed here, but I said their mum and dad, myself and my husband. I said my husband organised a surprise overnight in a hotel for my 40th birthday, and that's where we were going. And you know, like wink, wink. And the friends were like, "Yep, that's exactly where your parents are going." I said, "They're going off in a fantastic overnight hotel. It's for your mum's birthday. Isn't that lovely?" And the girls are like, "Oh, Mum, did Dad do that for you? Oh, that's so romantic." And I'm going, "Oh yeah." I said, "And we're gonna have the best time." And and I'm doing all this with a big smile on my face, and they have no idea the turmoil that is going on inside here, where I am quietly screaming inside, thinking, please don't die before I get there. Yeah, it was that serious. And did I have any of my family to lean on? No, I did not. The only people that were there to help us were our best friends, and my sister in law, my husband's sister, was there for us, and she got me to Leeds and then took me back to hers and got me something to eat, because bearing in mind I've not eaten all day as well. But let's wind it back a bit. So the children went off thinking that mum and dad were going off in a romantic overnight stay at a luxury hotel. Luxury being the LGI in Leeds. Fabulous. By the way, if you ever have a heart attack, that's the place to be. The best. For me, in my mind, it's the best in Northern England. It's LGA. And so off they went, my little darlings, thinking they were having an overnight stay and a little camp out at their best friend's house. And wasn't this all jolly good fun? Then my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, turned up, and we drove like maniacs to get to Leeds General Infirmary and found my husband on the heart ward, attached to a variety of wires and a stitch of clothing on, bless him. And I packed him an overnight bag because I wanted to stay with him, but the hospital staff said he's too tired and he's too weak. You've just got a few minutes with him. And then they grilled me as to why weren't you here earlier. And I just calmly and quietly explained the whole of the day that I just had. And afterwards, they actually apologised, which I thought was really lovely of them, because they didn't know my circumstances and all the jobs that I had to get done in order for me to get there without the children finding out. And we didn't tell the children until after everything was okay and Daddy was back home and recovering in the front row. And they were like, but, Mummy, we thought you'd gone off and had a lovely long, overnight stay. And I said, darlings, I said, we did, Daddy and I didn't want you to worry. I said, you're so little. I didn't want you worrying about whether or not you were ever going to see Daddy again. And I said, and we felt it was the best thing for you, is not knowing. And the girls were like, oh, but Mummy, you should have told us about Daddy. And I said, no, darlings. I said, you're too little, you're too young. And I needed you to be happy and away with your friends without thinking that, worrying about Mummy and Daddy and being all upset. I said, that's not what we wanted for you, darlings. It wasn't. Sorry, I needed a cup of tea. And we didn't want you to be worrying. And I could honestly say, seeing him attached to all those wires and laid in that bed and looking as grey as he did, and that was after he'd had his operation, and he was on Ramipril for a year, as well as all the other tablets that he has to take, and he's still on them. He has 3 in the morning, 2 at night, and he has to take them every single day, otherwise he won't be here. Right? Just bear that in mind when you're thinking about taking care of your heart, because if this stops, everything stops. You understand? There's no coming back from death. Near death we can do something about, but dead is like dead forever. Yeah. I don't know how I kept it together that weekend. I never cried. I never lost my shit. If you want for a better word, I did not lose my shit at all that weekend. I just kept going. I was like the little engine that could. And she could and she would, so she did, and she got through it. And it was tough. It was so flipping hard. Heart attacks are just, they ain't for the weak, baby. They ain't for the weak. But they do say that God gives his toughest lessons to his silliest sausages. So I must have been a very silly sausage. But off we went, and we got him home back to Calderdale Royal. Sorry. It's 9 years ago, would you believe? Whew. And it doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago. Just how it is. Anyway, so off he goes overnight. While I was staying at my sister-in-law's, and the children, because obviously I've got a niece and a nephew, but adorable, by the way, absolutely adorable niece and nephew, twins, gorgeous. 18 years old this year, my goodness me. I know. Anyway, so I woke up, and they came downstairs and they said, oh, Monty, what are you doing here? And I, a bit confused, but we didn't tell them. And I just said, oh, I said, I had to stay over because your mum and I are doing something today. So I looked to sister-in-law and she went, oh, yes, yes, stuff to do today. So got up, got dressed, had a slice of toast. Bearing in this is the second thing that I'd had to eat. And I had a, what did I have the night before? Soup, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. Something like that. And I got in the car and we went straight to the hospital. And I spent the entire day by my husband's side. And he kept asking, I said, how the girls? And I said, the girls are fine. They think we're away at a luxury hotel. And he went, yep, great. John and I nearly gave their names. Excuse me. Uh, our friends phoned to see how we were doing. We explained the situation. They said, don't worry, we'll have the girls another night. We'll just say you extended your break because you're having such a good time. I said, oh, it's fabulous. I said, I don't think I've ever spent such a weekend. Sarcasm. Sarcasm comes from me so naturally. Can't help myself. So anyway, yes, we told our friends that we were absolutely fine and my husband was fine, and we had to stay there, and he had to spend yet another night in the hospital because it was just so bad. It was awful. So I went back to my sister-in-law's and I said, we'll pick you up on the Sunday because it happened on the Friday. So we spent all day Saturday in hospital and then most of the day Sunday in hospital. On the Sunday, getting ready to leave the hospital, and quite a chunk of medication came with us at the time, and it was a very difficult time. And bearing in mind, I had no support at all from my actual family, nothing. And all the support came from our best friends and my sister-in-law and her husband and the kids. I don't think I'd have got through the weekend without them. You know, the reason why I'm talking about all of this now is strangely, I just came overwhelmed with emotion yesterday. I'd been out to see the final Bridget Jones, the one with, you know, everything that goes on with Mark Darcy. Spoiler alert if you've not seen it, but I suppose you will have by now. But Mark Darcy, her Bridget's husband, dies, and it was watching how she was coping, raising the children on her own, and I just burst into tears because that was nearly me 9 years ago with a very gravely ill husband, and all the emotions came back. It was phenomenal. It really, really was astoundingly phenomenal, the emotion that came through. And I just want to let people know that yes, heart attacks are like they're awful, but it's the worst thing. It's a very dark, dark time to go through. I mean, everything was just going wrong. You know, we'd lost the family firm 5 years earlier, and then my husband and I set up a new venture and went for it big style, and it was morning, noon and night. It was getting business up and running, and besides that my husband was also holding down a full-time job at an engineering plant, and they were amazing, fantastic, marvelous people. who have been there supporting and still are supporting my husband. They're just an amazing firm. They really, really are. And I'm still doing my business, and we raised the girls together, and one has got through university and the other one has almost got through university. She's got another 18 months, well, closing up to that actually. She's got another couple of months left of this year, and then she's got another 12 months, so it's not really 18, is it? Soon be qualified, my darling. Life had to go on. It was tough. Losing the family firm, almost losing the house, family on my side were vultures, and having to get another business off the ground, husband heart attack. It was an accumulation of things, everything. And even nearly having the house taken from us. We were 7 days from having the keys taken off us, and we fought back. We won, and we got everything secure. That's when we rescued Orca. Orca came to live with us. We always called him our rescue cat because he rescued us. So you can imagine why last year we were so devastated when he died from cancer so abruptly, so brutally quick. Within a week he was gone. And we found Monty, and Monty came to live with us. Monty rescued us. Again, cats. Cats are amazing at rescuing people. They really are. And this is to other people that may be going through a hard time. Maybe your partner's had a heart attack. Maybe you've had the heart attack. Maybe you've lost a business. Maybe you've started a new business. Maybe you were 7 days away from having the bailiffs take the house off you. I don't know, but I just want to say that happier days, they will come eventually. They don't come immediately. Like I say, God gives his hardest lessons to his silliest sausages. So I must have been a very silly sausage. And sorry, I just need a cup of tea. So you can imagine yesterday when I was watching Bridget Jones, I just burst into tears. I think this is the first time I've ever come to terms with what happened. And I'm a tough old bird. I'm really tough. I am not a person that shirks. I am not a person that says I won't work. I'm not a person that will ever give up a fight. But that time in my life was tough. It nearly floored me. I don't know how I kept going. Just putting one foot in front of the other gets you where you're going. When you've got kids, you haven't got a choice. You have to get out of bed. You have to get up. You've got to get them sorted. You've got to get them to school. You have to keep going. And thank goodness we had children. Thank goodness we had something to get out of bed for every single day. Because it makes you put on your big girl pants and makes you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you will get going, and you will get the jobs done, and you will run that business. You will get the kids to school. You will cook dinner that night. You will keep going. They do say that when you're in hell, you have to keep going. You've got no choice. You can only go forwards, because if you don't go forwards, then you're just going to be going back into the mire. And do you really want to go back into the mire? No, you don't. You've got to say to yourself, I am tough. I can do this. And you can do this, my darlings. If I can do it, you can do it. If my husband can do it, your husband and partner can do it. You muck in, you pull your sleeves up, you get on with it, and you come out the other side. And we just celebrated 23 years of marriage this year, and we've been together for 25 years. We've got two beautiful daughters, a magnificent Monty cat. We had the love of Orca, and we got through, and we got the house back, and we got the business off the ground. Well done, eh? And I'm just saying, if I can cope with all of that, my husband can cope with all of that, and we can cope with all of that, then you can cope with whatever's coming your way. The trick is, when you find yourself in hell, you just keep going. No retreat, no surrender. And pick a finger and tell them to spin on it, because I kid you not, you will not quit. You will never quit. You can do this. I believe in you. And I believe in myself as well. I hope you're all reading fantastic books. And do let me know what you're reading, because I'm getting to the end of my Sean Hudson, and I'll be looking for something new. And I can't read my birthday present yet, apparently. I've got to wait until it's my actual birthday. Kids say they're the best. Take care, my darlings. Love you loads. See you soon.